G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel and another black pine decandling in summer. Now this is a black pine you've probably seen before in my previous videos. It's quite a nice substantial trunk. It's got a very couple of interesting branches. I'll probably show you the back of it because it looks more funky. You can see why it's the back, there's no development there at all on the back. I'm still undecided in what I'm going to do with the top of this tree. Now this has a really nice lower branch that I probably want to keep, but it's these two branches that are causing me grief. I'm not sure how I'm going to yet put it in place. I'm just keeping those branches alive and developing them. I'm just not 100% sure how I want to do it, use the tree yet. Do I eliminate the middle one and bring that one lower to create an apex? Probably is the solution, but I haven't done that yet, haven't ruled that out yet. I find this second branch in here is really forward. If you turn it sideways you can see how forward that is. And it doesn't really create any kind of, from the front, it doesn't really create much. Maybe I have to change the angle, I'm not 100% sure. So I'm still not 100% sure on this tree, but I still need to decandle. It's the time of year to do it. And we're going to do that. So as I've shown you in my previous videos, a close up, I just come in, see how big the candles are, cut it at the base, and that's it. That's pretty much it. So you've seen it in my other videos, my previous video with a close up. I'm just going to pretty much go right around, cut them all, every single one, even the small ones, every single candle. Right, I'm going to try and pluck just to reduce some of this because this needs a bit of a pluck, just to even out all the candles on all the branches. So I'm trying to give them a kind of uniform look, uniform amount of needles on each branch, just to get it all even. So again, I start at the top because less to clean up later. Because if I start at the bottom and work my way up, I'd have to come back through the tree and clean up all the needles I've plucked or the candles I've taken off. So just a bit of a kind of a little, I don't know, that's what I do, just to help me save time. I only got so much time to work on trees, so you've got to make the most of it. So pretty much just get stuck into it, take some of these candles off. Pretty easy, all of them straight off. Usually I do a branch and then I'll go through it and make sure it's kind of all even. That makes sense. Make sure there's probably the right amount of needles on that branch, probably even amount of needles, spaced out. Some are a bit less, some are a bit more, but I do want to try and get it as close as possible. So all of them come off, even the small ones. It's all done. So that top bit in here is done. You see how nice, it's a little bit of a nice little patch there. Let's go through this. Doesn't take that long, especially on a tree this size. What does take long sometimes if you got have a lot of uneven number of needles, and you got to balance them up and you got to start plucking and getting more of the same. That takes a bit of work. That takes quite a bit more work than just doing this. This is pretty easy. So that's the top half of the tree done. Oops, I missed you. I missed you. So, and you can see if you take that off, it all falls through. So you got to do double the amount of cleanup if you don't do it. If you started from the bottom, chop, 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 chop. This is just chopping. Pretty easy, guys, isn't it? Decandling. But you only do this on refining trees, when you're refining a tree. You know, getting it to the stage of it's on display and you're building up lots of, you need lots of buds. So another one. Now by taking one off, in its place there'll be a multiple of buds that will grow, maybe 4, 5, 6 by autumn. So at the moment it's summer, so by autumn you'll have multiple buds. Don't touch them until then. Don't pluck them or anything. Don't do anything to them until then. And then select 2. And I've done videos on that in the past, but I'll do them again this time. Later on next year. Now 2020 in May for us. So I'll show you those where you pluck back the 2. Those 2 become your main candles. So you see how there's one here today. Next year there'll be 2 of those. So then you cut them again in December next year. and then they'll form another 2. So in other words, from this one we've gone to 2, then we've gone to 4, and then we've got 8, 16. So that's how you develop the budding buds on black pines. But again, only when it's in refinement stage. So cut back. Probably just need to do some needle plucking, but I won't do it just now. Probably just go through the tree again and just pluck lightly. But just want to show you what I'm doing. It's the same process all the way through. Every single bud, even the small ones, you can see these are quite small. And then you've got really long ones like that, straight up. Okay. I really like to try and get all my black pines done in a day or a weekend at the same time, because then I know I've done them all. I do try and leave my small black pines, or minis, till a bit later, because the buds I want on them, I'm just giving them a bit less time to develop. It's just something I do. But my bigger trees, I do them all together. Just have a look. Always make sure you look around, make sure you've taken off everything. So that one's done there. Come through, keep going. I don't like this branch. I'll get rid of you. Sometimes you find branches you don't like, you might as well get rid of them. That's what I just did before. As long as you can try and do at least you can decandle like this, you're making huge steps in developing your black pines further. The needle plucking is a bit more difficult and a bit more advanced, I guess. But at least you do this, it actually goes a long way to develop your tree. The needle plucking kind of allows, that means you're trying to balance the tree. So the tree will feed the tree will feed itself and feed all the branches evenly if you've got an even amount or the same amount of needles on each branch. What that means is then you should get the same amount of energy on each branch, which means the same needle or candle size, candle, bud, etc. size. That's the thinking. But as long as you can do this, you're developing all those buds. Now, you just might get a slightly uneven growth in the buds, but over time you're not going to notice that, because there'll be so many buds, they'll all come out, they pretty much will be all like the same size. So, and eventually all your needles will be the same amount of length and everything, but it just takes time. But keep repeating this process over and over again, and you'll get there. So pretty much I'm almost done. This tree, this was pretty quick. Probably a quick 10-minute session, not even. And just shows you the tree. Now you can see a much better view of the tree and what it might look like. Again, not 100% convinced what I'm going to do just yet. Has lots of interesting potential. Possibly that comes all the way down into here and get rid of this branch. Possibly. Probably change angle, could be a change of an angle as well. Not sure yet, but I haven't really had the time to spend and look at it. Be very interesting tree. Has lots of nice deadwood actually, which is unusual for a pine. You shouldn't have too much deadwood, they reckon. But this is a nice one that has lots of deadwood, but it suits the tree because the tree's quite twisted and interesting and has lots of movement. I really like this lower branch. So it's really formed nicely. It's got a nice big branch here, small branch in there, longer branch here. So it's really formed well. You could make the whole tree from just that, but I think I'd like to put something in here, and I think this is now potential to lower that down into that gap. Yeah, because this is a bit too forward, so that might need to be taken out. I could air layer it maybe. I haven't tried air layering pines before, so that's a first. But it's not very interesting. It's going to be a very flat branch. Possibly ginning it might be more interesting. You've got a nice big bit of deadwood there I have to clean up as well. That bit of deadwood there, joining it up maybe. Yeah. So anyway, but this is all about decandling. Yeah. So get your decandling done in summer. It's December now, just before Christmas time. It's the time to do it for us in Melbourne here. Not sure what time of the world you need to do it in, but yeah, it's in summer. That's when I do it. That's when I do this. So. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that. That was a non-stop video. Yeah, please continue to watch my channel and subscribe to the channel and click the little bell icon if you haven't. See you next time.